Hello everyone, this is Afnan Abdul Vasay, founder of CodeWave Hub and Tezos Lead India, based in Hyderabad. We have joined here to foster the blockchain technology Etherlink uh, in the ecosystem of students in Hyderabad. Firstly, I would like to call Tauqeer Ahmad, who is the developer relations of Tezos India. Uh, Hello Tauqeer, how are you?
Hey everyone. Hope you are doing. Everyone is great and all, fit and fiddle. Okay, thank you, Abdul, everyone for inviting us here. Hey everyone, I am Tauqeer and I work as a developer relations engineer at Tezos from the NTA region. And my role and responsibilities includes managing all the communities in the India region, right? Build them, foster them, make them around the cult of developers, right? So this is my role. So this we are here for learning into Etherlink. We have the layer of blockchains, layer one, layer two, and yeah, we have got introduced with the Etherlink, the layer two solution of Tezos. And yeah, let us call up with the next week, right?
Now, I would like to call another speaker, who is Simarpreet Singh, who is Tezos India Developer Relations Lead. Uh, Hi
Hello,
Simarpreet.
hello, hi everyone.
I,
How are you all? I'm audible, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, how are you all, Abdul and Tabir?
I'm fine.
Yeah, good. Okay, so shall we start with the agenda or anything like any particular prerequisite I should be aware of, or should I just get started with the Etherlink? Because I'm little bit excited about whenever I talk about Etherlink, I'm quite excited about talking about it because of the compatibility and other things Tezos has been doing from last few months. It is just exciting to see how much innovation and things are coming. So yeah, just let me know if I can start or I should wait.
I believe Abdul has been a club lead from like a couple of months, and what I had been into talk with him, students are building there, they are diving much into the blockchain. It typically means they are learning much into the solidity part, right? So let us start with the blockchain introduction, then go ahead with the layers of blockchain, their development part, and why we have gotten into the Etherlink, why Etherlink becomes necessary for us. So this is our roadmap sort of view for this beta, like this event.
Okay. So I think shall we start with this?
Good, obviously.
So much. Thank you so much. So, hi everyone. I'm Simarpreet Singh. I'm working as developer relations lead for Tezos in India region, and my day-to-day job works around how to onboard more users to the exciting world of Tezos and Etherlink and the other ecosystems, like the whole blockchain ecosystem that we are creating here in the Tezos Foundation. So, with that, I am quite excited. I can't hold my horses back to not speak not to stop talking about Etherlink because this is one of the things that when the idea was proposed by the foundation and when it came into existence, everyone who is following this also for around a few time, few duration, a few months, few years, have seen and know how this could be potential with a particular integrated optimistic enshrined roll up integrated on L1 itself, so that a particular roll up is not a secondary particular thing or separate part of the chain, but it is part of the layer when itself, and everything which is WebAssembly compatible could be compiled upon and stored, and could be part of the Tezos ecosystem itself, the Tezos layer one itself. I was quite excited about Etherlink, and I when I came to know about it, when I get to know more about it, the more I am exploring, the more fascinating it is. So let me just stop talking and let's start with the Etherlink thing, discussion itself. So please allow me to share my screen. Give me permissions. I think my screen will be visible in a minute. So please allow me to share the screen on stage. Yeah. So with that, thank you so much. So let's start with Etherlink. So what is Etherlink actually? A fast, fair, and nearly free L2 powered by Tezos Smart Development. So what's different there than like particularly any L2 that is available in the market? The difference is everyone is trying to have their own way of like implementation, but directly, indirectly, they are not a direct part of the layer one itself on which they are particularly built upon to scale the transactions, to scale and optimize the network, but they are separately chains. But what should I talk about like in Etherlink? The main thing and main difference is the difference available in Etherlink is it is part of L1 directly as a first class citizen, not a separate citizen. And that makes quite a difference because we don't have to comparatively depend upon a particular group of contacts or contracts or contract holders or like address whitelisted addresses, just like how multi-sig wallets work around to have a particular thing, particular upgrades and everything around. So it means this is actually what I can say is, let me get my words it is non-custodial rollup. So no third parties are granted exclusive access, and no particular person or a group of person or a group of like individuals have access to do anything on this particular rollup. Instead, the rollup is governed by the community itself. It is governed by the chain itself. The security, the decentralization is being provided by the Tezos L1 itself, and the scalability is provided by Tezos L2 on Etherlink. But the difference is we don't have to learn, we don't have to shift too much into dive into Etherlink. But instead, if you are just a Solidity developer, if you know how to build on top of Ethereum blockchain, you are welcome to explore around and use Tezos itself by just deploying the chain, like by changing the chain, just switching the chain to Etherlink and doing some little tweaks, and rest everything is compatible on Tezos L1 itself. So you are just learning about one particular language, but you can deploy and develop in two different ecosystems. That is one of the things that I was quite fascinated about when I heard about Etherlink. And there are quite new things like Justice, the GSPZ library that is coming, that was recently launched, and there are other things also that are coming with the Tezos X thing. I can't stop talking about what Tezos Foundation is actually doing right now, but still, because the agenda for today's workshop revolves around what Etherlink is, I will just stick to that. So let's start with the actual discussion about what Etherlink is. So Etherlink, the fast, fair, and nearly free L2 solution powered by Tezos Smart Rollup technology, where we have sub-second block time. Fees is quite nearly free, like $0.001, and it's non-custodial rollup. No third parties are granted exclusive reversible rights. Just like why is it specifically mentioned here? Because there are quite many rollups and layer 2 solutions that are custodial rollups, where there are particular individuals or group of individuals who have access to control, even do reversible changes also, and have rights also to control the network itself. But on Tezos it is not, because we focus more on the decentralization as well as security, but with layer 2 solutions we focus more on the scalability also. So quite on the way to be a chain uh, like there are quite a lot of things I may have. I am getting out of my words itself to define what it is. So there are quite like exploring the ecosystem. There are many quite like industry leading teams that are building on top of Etherlink and providing solutions. There are many like Layer Zero, Third Web, Block Scout providing us the Block Explorer for Etherlink testnet as well as the mainnet. The Third Web is there to provide the suits for tools, like suite of tools for building like developers to build on top of blockchain itself, like many blockchains, but specifically also on Etherlink. Fireblock is there, Redstone is there as an Oracle provider, Subsquid is there, Layer Zero is there for omni-chain interoperability protocols, building dApps. Plend is here, Hanji protocol is here, Magic.link is here, Layer 3, The Graph, Hashleaf, Revo, SaveX, Ladder, Renora, On-chain Vision Labs, StraightGate, and there are quite many. This is just displaying 18 out of 40 projects that are being created on right now building on top of Etherlink. And I think I am not able to see Pith Network. Pith Network is also there as a Oracle provider. So there are many things that are being like available on Etherlink. So that there is a seamless switch as well as seamless onboarding of Ethereum developers to build on top of Tezos blockchain also, and experience and explore like exploitation free EVM environment, because like MEV protection is also available here. And with the smart rollup technology, open and permissionless, there are many things here available. So the theoretical part and the discussion about Etherlink is completed. So let's get into the little bit more on the technical side. So why are we proposing it as having a subsequent block time? Because here is a comparison of how some popular chains like layer 2 solutions like Optimism and Arbitrum are, and how Etherlink is competing with them in the finality time on the L2 itself. Here you can directly see on Etherlink, Arbitrum between Arbitrum and Etherlink on the L2 finality time, it takes around 500 millisecond, and Arbitrum takes around 300 milliseconds, while Optimism, Bedrock do take close to 2 seconds. But the data posted on the L1 itself, the settlement on the L1 itself, the major difference comes here. On Etherlink, it just take close to 10 seconds to completely post the data on L1, Tezos L1 itself, while on Optimism it takes around 2 minutes. On Arbitrum it takes around 7 minutes. It's like the upper limit of it. Sometimes it's do quite like fastly also, but most of the time this is an average range of the closer limit or like upper limit. So that's how it is why we are proposing it as a sub-second block time. And Etherlink is governance is integrated with the permissionless and robust fraud-proof system of Tezos protocol itself. So we don't have to focus more around the security aspect of the layer 2, which actually is a major concern when the layer 2 boom was there. Because with the secure like with the scalability, it also created a particular thing that we may be facing some issues with the scalability, the security and decentralization also, because at that time they were created specifically as a separate chain, ongoing separate chain, that is trying to reduce the network congestion on layer 1 itself, to solve things on layer 2, and then just posting the results and finality on layer 1 itself, so that the network congestion is not here. But security was compromised in some of them, but it's not happening on Etherlink, and it's nearly free. Why we are not saying free? Because every transaction do take some amount. So an average transaction, if we talk about a ERC20 transaction on Etherlink, it costs around $0.001. That's almost free if you are like doing so many things. So it's quite free. So how you can switch to it? Let's see how you can connect and work around Etherlink. So if you want to explore around and you want to join a network, the first thing you have to do is you should be having a particular wallet that is compatible and could be connected on that chain itself, so that you can send transactions. So how can we do that? To do that, let's do one thing. I'm going back to the official side of Etherlink, and here on the top side, you can see there are few options like bridge. You can bridge some tokens from EVM from EVM chains to Tezos, or like Etherlink itself, and from Tezos L1 to Tezos L2 also. That is Etherlink. So we can see around like different Ethereum bridges also available, which will provide us different tokens that are available to be changed and exchanged and swapped on Etherlink itself. So in case you want to test out and want to bridge some tokens, here you can do it here. And also, if you want to get some testnet tokens on Etherlink, what you have to do is you just have to do one thing. Let me just reconnect on this website so that I can do this I can show you this once again. Let me just do it on an incognito mode first. So if you are a new user, how the screen will be visible, it will look like this. You just have to click on connect wallet, You have to click on the MetaMask and whatever wallet you want to connect, and then it will be connected, and it will give you prompt to shift to Etherlink testnet or Etherlink mainnet. Although all the test tokens will be provided only on Etherlink testnet network. So if you are connected here, it will detect if all the permissions were granted successfully. You will see your address like this. You are just have to click here, and you can just click on this particular thing, that is Tezos XTZ OX. You have to click on send. Why I am just focusing on this? Because there are many wrap tokens from different chains that could be utilized here, like Etherlink USD, wrapped XTZ, Tether USD also, USDC also, wrapped ETH also, and TC Bitcoin, like Tezos Bitcoin wrap token is also available. So you can actually take these, like get some tokens from here also, like from these particular tokens also on Etherlink, that are wrapped and interconnected with different chains also. So that's how things are done. And now I think I should just move on to one new thing, that is how to build on top of Etherlink. So let me just go to the tools. Also, if you want to add the network manually, what you can do is you just have to go and check for the network information part, and see you there are the network information provided for the mainnet as well as the testnet also, and you just have to add on these information in your MetaMask wallet or whatever wallet you are using, and it will be good to go. Now, for bridging tokens, we are utilizing, like there like bridges are available thanks to like our developers also, and with some layer 2, like help of layer 0 also, we have created some bridges here. Although there are, like for omnichain development, like layer 0 has been optimized in one way or the other. The bridges use the decentralized smart contracts of layer 0 that are deployed on each of those network without the intervention of a third party. So yeah, that's how bridging tokens between Etherlink and other EVM network is happening. And now let's see what tool sets are available here. So for node provider, you can go to Z. For price feeds, Pipeth network is here, Redstone is here. Verifiable random functions will be provided by Pith network. Data indexers, we have Subsquid and the Graph. For cross-chain communication, you can go and see docs of layer 0. For developer experience, third web is here, like quite seamless. Like if you are focusing more on the no code part, you can easily utilize third webs built in or like already created templates to fast forward your development process. And for institutional tools, Fireblocks is here. The rest of the other tools you already see, that could be seen on the main website here. And if you want to explore some more protocols or tools, feel free to explore around here. And coming back here, so how you should build on top of Etherlink. Let's see. The architecture for Etherlink is here. The fee structure, running an Etherlink smart rollup node is here. Running on a Etherlink AVM node also, and building on, like there are other things also, and development toolkits. If you are here, if you are a EVM developer who use hard hat for the tool suits and other things for development, quite easy for you to shift to Etherlink. The documentation is available here. A few tweaks and changes are required, and you are ready to go for development with a hard hat also. For Foundry also, like Foundry, I personally use Foundry much more than the hard hat, but it is quite seamless for like changing on to the different networks also on, like on the hard hat also on the Foundry. I personally use Foundry, so in case anybody is there, like you can easily just take some look out on this documentation particularly, and you are ready to go for creating your like toolkits, and like particularly deploying your contracts and other projects also with Foundry also. So when we are talking more around this particular perspective of onboarding EVM developers to Tezos ecosystem via Etherlink, how I am justifying it is because we are just coding in Solidity, but I haven't shown you a particular like live example till now. So let's move to Remix and see how things are working. Just let me know if I should increase the font size of this. So I will go and check for this and test and ERC20 token. So I think what we can do is Let's just create a simple to a particular contract of an ERC20 token. Okay, where can I get this template from? I will just go to OpenZeppelin, search for their optimized ERC20 contracts, and I will just copy that code and like I will show you how things are easy to be deployed. Like EVM code, like Solidity code is easy and quite compatible on Etherlink also. So let me just go to OpenZeppelin slash contracts, and in the contract library, I will go to Solidity contracts. Here, I am clicking a ERC20 contract. I will just name it. What should I name? So the community name is CodeWave, right? So I will just name CodeWave, and CDW is the name of the symbol. I will be minting 10,000 tokens, and the code, these having features of mintable, burnable, and possible also, and managed ownable roles also. There are quite things available here, you can do it. So i have just I have just got a particular contract template from OpenZeppelin for a ERC20 token. So I will just now go copy paste this code. um, yeah, I will just copy paste this into the remix part here. Hmm, Here I have copy pasted my code. I will just do some changes. Okay, also like the while coding, I will just like to highlight this one particular thing. If you are building using Solidity on Etherlink, like compatibly, you just have to make sure that the version you are using and deploying, the compiler version should be less than 0.8.24. The best versions are like right now, because in the development stage and a lot of things are going on. Yeah, anything anything could be compatible if you are compiling it with the compiler 0.8.24 or less. But I will suggest for a stable update, you should be using compiler that is either 0.8.21 or lesser than that. So most of the time I either use 0.8.20 or 0.8.18, and I will change my particular compiler code accordingly also. So I have to make some changes here. I will do it to 0. Okay, I will do one thing. I will just change my compiler to 0.8.20 itself, so that it is compatible. I can check whether it is compatible or yeah, I got the tick. That means it is running fine. And also one more thing, in the configuration part, make sure the EVM version is either on the Shanghai part or either on the London part. So till London, everything that is available on the Ethereum chain, the from till the London upgrade and the Shanghai update, the Shanghai update, everything is stable on Etherlink. Till London update, that the team has recently updated it to the London upgrade also. So there are some things like the fee structure and other things like ERC 1559 or something, I think so. There was one particular just let me just see on the documentation itself. The fee structure part, the fee structure is now, yeah, so the base fees for the transaction is in the Ethereum, must be enough to cover the Ethereum, like EIP 1559. So almost getting covered here, but there are sometimes the code may malfunction at sometimes, may, because it's still in the development phase. So for the stable update, I will suggest that you should be using the compiler version with either the Shanghai, with the Shanghai version. Okay, so make sure your code is for the stable version. You should use compiler with 0.8.21 and lesser, and you can utilize Etherlink, and you can easily use compiler for 0.8.24 and lesser, and along with the compiler version as EVM version Shanghai for the stable update, and with the latest update till London. Okay, So I will be using 0.8.20 as the compiler version. The EVM version will be Shanghai. And let me just see if I can deploy it first on the Remix part and then on the other testnet, like on the Etherlink also. So let me just connect my wallet first here. I want to deploy it and I want to add the owner as this address. So I will just copy paste this, and yeah, just don't worry. I am right now doing it in this particular VM environment only. So that's not a major thing you should focus around as of now. I'm just testing out things. So yeah, and just want to see whether the code is working fine or not. Yeah, the code is working fine. Now let's see how you should be like you are able to should be able to deploy it on Etherlink. What I have to do is, in the environment part, I will just go for the injected provider as MetaMask. It will try to detect. If it doesn't detect it, I will just do one thing. I will just go open my MetaMask wallet. I will just switch between different wallet to get my details here. So yeah, I got it. So I will try to do it via this account. I can do it via this account itself. And make sure you are adding your wallet address as the owner of this address and then deploy it. The transaction is initiated. I will be getting, yeah. So actually I got the pop-up on the other screen. I will just show you here. It is here. You can see I'm waiting for the confirmation and the creation will be happening successfully. Yes, I got it successfully and you can see it here, the block here. And if I do the debugging, I can actually see some details like the status, the transaction hash, the block hash, block number, etc. etc. In case you want to explore around it, I will just copy the transaction hash. I will go to Etherlink testnet explorer and I can easily search for this transaction, and it is actually showing that it is just deployed on 41 seconds ago. Contract name is CodeWave, and contract CodeWave it is created and all. So if you want to get some more details, I can actually see it here also. Internal transactions, no internal transactions as of now. Also, if wanted, increment of, yeah, it is actually, yeah, and actually I can also make this contract verifiable also with the same steps just like how you do it on the EVM explorers also. So yes, you can see how things are working here, and let me show you some transaction like also like let's do some transactions also. So what I can do is I will just copy the address of some other wallet, coming back to my wallet, and yeah. So if I try to transfer some tokens, total supply, let's see, total supply is here. Okay, and who is the owner? This is my address, and the balance of if I see, if I add some other account address, it will give me an error because like, no, it is actually not showing error, but it is showing me zero because this is not allowed on my, like, I haven't transferred any particular tokens to any other address. So I will transfer some tokens to my other address, and I will try to transfer 100 tokens. Let's see how transaction will go. So yeah. Yeah, the transaction is completed successfully. So now if I try to check for the owners and other, like if I want to check like which address contains how much amount of tokens, I can easily see it here now. So if I do this thing, if I call it now, it will show me that 100 tokens were actually allocated to me. That's how easily it is to deploy EVM code, Solidity code on Etherlink itself, and your Solidity code is compatible on Tezos also via Etherlink. Let me show you one more example of how things are working. So I have a simple contract that is actually, you know what? I will just go to the documentation part itself and show you how things are working. So, waiting tester tokens, network information, Ethereum, development toolkits. No. Yeah. So, let me just, from the example itself, I am taking this particular contract that is just a Hello World contract. I will do one thing. I will just go to my remix environment again. I will create a hello world.sol. Okay, I will try to do the same thing. Just have to change my compiler to 0.8.24 Shanghai version. Let's do it on London version also. Let's run this. It is running fine. If I try to just okay, let's do it on, and let's deploy this on first on the remix environment, like a remix VM environment, and see how things are working. Yeah, this is, if I call greet, it is calling Etherlink. If I want to deploy it on the from on the chain itself, um, and it is deployed, and yeah, it is deployed. If I want to greet, yeah, I got the greetings. Now let's do one more thing. Let's try to compile a simple contract. So I think I will just suggest you one thing. If you are new to the development, I will definitely suggest that there are lots of solidity based examples that are available right now in the market, like on the YouTube, as well as a lot of documentation is available. There are quite lot of good resources available, like Patrick Collins, and there are many particular particular, what I can say, YouTube series available for learning more about the solidity. What I will suggest is you can just go to any of those series, start learning about solidity, and just compile it on Etherlink. You will see most of the things are working fine on Etherlink also. Same for me also, like when I was learning the solidity part from Patrick Collins, what I did was I compiled some of contracts, and when I was switching to Etherlink, I thought like why I should do this compiling part once again while coding new examples and other things. Why not I just start thinking about which code is available, which code is compatible with Etherlink or not. So most of the codes, if the changes are done correctly, like if the code is getting some information from the oracles, there are particular many oracle providers available. If you are fetching some information from the oracles, you just have to change the contract address for the oracle to from where you have to fetch the details, and rest everything will be working fine. So the same thing, there was one example where the chainlink contract was actually used for fetching the data from the chainlink oracle providers, and I tried to switch it via redstone and pith network, and it is working same on Etherlink. Same goes with one for the graph also. Graph was working fine. I just have to change and switch to the Etherlink compatible versions. Rest of the things are working fine. So let me do one thing for the newbies. I have a simple contract. This particular contract from Patrick Collins course, that is about simple storage. Contract simple storage. It is doing some few a few things. That is taking a name and their favorite number as a structure, and then saving it from a function. But if I have to call this, I will just call this function store. That is taking two things, actually the favorite number and name, and it will be saving it into onto the chain itself. So how and what things are being done here? If I want to transfer some details of a particular person, if I want to save my details as well as details of my friends, like whoever is having like what is their favorite number along with their names, and there are many things. It is just an example. What I can do is I can just make a function, pass on those values, it will just pass it on to and onto the function and save it as the structure, and then pass it on to the chain itself, so that the traceability as well as the saving of details are done seamlessly without like compromising and exploiting many details of public, but instead we are following the oops concept also. So let me just try to run this particular function. How to do that? You just have to make sure the version is compatible with the version you are mentioning in the contract. So I'm switching back to 18. Actually, this code will be working fine with 0.8.23 also and 24 also, and it is compatible on London version also. I will just go compile. Things are working fine, and we got the compilation successful. I will just make sure to deploy it on the chain itself directly.
Simarpreet, uh,
Yeah.
meanwhile we are like debugging the code. We have getting some questions around in the chat. Don't
Okay.
worry,
This is
you guys
like,
continue. We'll be
yeah.
taking this off, right?
I think I will just need 5 more minutes. After this
Yeah, yeah,
example,
yeah.
I'll just do one
That is
more
it.
example thing, and rest we are on time to like compile this off in 45 minutes. So that's like
Yeah, yeah.
less than
We'll be having a proper Q&A. We'll be having
yeah.
a proper Q&A. Okay.
So I tried to yeah. So in the meantime, I tried to deploy this contract, and it worked successfully, and it is deployed here on this block address. So now let's move on to how things are working here in this simple storage contract. So this is the contract here. A stores function is here, which is taking two things. Actually, there are two store functions. One is just taking a number, and one is taking a number along with the name, because these two functions are different. One is just saving a number as a variable, one is saving all these details as a structure. Okay, so now if I want to save my number, like favorite number, I have my favorite number as 7 here, and my name is Simar. I will just do the transaction here. It will be giving me a pop-up here on the different screen. If I can show you here, I will just do the confirmation part, and yeah, the transaction was successful. Now if I want to see like how many people have saved here, if I just add the index here and call, yeah, it will give me details like favorite number was saved as 0, favorite number saved as 7, and name along with that number is Simmer. Now if I try to save a number for Tauqeer, let's say 9 for Tauqeer, I will do the same transaction here. The transaction will happen. I'm just waiting for the pop-up, and the confirmation was done. You will see the changes here. Yeah, the transaction was successfully here. So if I try to now call one, yeah, it will give me the details of Tokir, if you can see here. And this is actually a global contract, so everyone can get their details. If anybody wants to get their details saved on this contract, you are happy to go there and save it, and make sure to like save your carbon footprints here along with your details actually. So yeah, just kidding. So all these details are being saved on the chain itself. If you want to explore more around it, you can just copy paste this transaction hash into the Etherlink testnet explorer, and it will give you the details of that particular transaction along with the other calls that have been done till now on this contract. So on this contract we got this detail. Contracted history, yeah, it was deployed 3 minutes ago. I did one transaction here, the second transaction was here. If I want to see, I can actually see it here also. And coin balance history, because there is no coin involved, so no major details. But if I want to verify and publish this contract, I can do it easily also. So contract license MID, Solidity. Sorry. I will do it on Sourceify or single file. I will do it in the Solidity like Sourceify, and I will just switch back to the Remix environment. I will see what were the specifications included. So it doesn't include a nightly build as far as the version was London. So the version was London, and the particular compiler was 0.8.23, and single file method contract was simple file multi-part. Okay, okay, okay. So I will just go back. I will try to get this detail here of this contract, and compilation details are available here. Hmm. This is my contract. I have to actually get the flatten code also. So where is the okay? I just flatten dot as well. No, no, this is not the flatten dot. Okay, let me just do one thing. Let me just do compile and save it here. With this method, I am actually doing this for the first time also. So maybe hope so. This will work. No contract could be verified via this service. Yeah, no problem. I think I have to switch to the other method, standard JSON input. Let me see if I can get this here, or generate docs. Okay, I will just do one thing. There is other ways. I tried to deploy one contract and I had verified it also. Let me show you that particular contract. I have to follow that particular different type of steps also to verify this contract. It may take some time because I forgot. It's been a long time ago. I verified that, so that's why I'm not able to remember it correctly. But yeah, I have to just check on the documentation and it will be working fine. Tezos skilled yeah, this contract was verified by me. This is how things are working. So in case anybody wants to see and do, the contracts are also verifiable here also, and things are pretty simple and easy as well. So that was my time for today. Simarpreet Singh signing off from this Etherlink discussions, and I'm open to get some questions from. As a dev, what should we consider when deciding to build on Tezos directly or using Etherlink as a try to? I think that is not a question particularly. It depends on what are your use cases. So Etherlink came here from the Tezos team itself because there was one thing as a there was the language which was actually a barrier as well as a hindrance for onboarding new developers to build on a particular chain. So what we decided was, why not we just make ourselves compatible in such a way that any developer, irrespective of what language they learn, could be easily able to deploy, develop and deploy their contracts on Tezos. We came up with Etherlink. So I will directly suggest you can easily go there are different facilities available both on the L1 part as well as on the L2 itself. But on Tezos, Etherlink is also considered like a first class citizen. So there is not a major thing. If you want to go for the Tezos directly L1 itself, you can go and utilize Smart Pi or Legolang or any other language their Python is also there, and there are many versions many particular compatible languages available to build on top of this or Selman itself. Majority are Smart Pi and Legolang, so you can utilize them also. But in case you want to explore more around the masses and you are just trying to have your career started with Ethereum development, go for Solidity. Utilize Etherlink to build on Tezos itself. So that is not a big question. It depends on the use cases. Any other question?
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for mentioning it correctly that Tezos is L1, Etherlink is L2 on Tezos. So how does Etherlink handle security concerns compared to Tezos? It does not have to, because the compatibility and security of Tezos L1 is actually integrated on like integrated and integral part of Etherlink itself.
Uh, I'll be like adding one thing here, like for the security part, whosoever is asking. While talking only about the Etherlink, we have already the insurance rollup, which is usually embedded into a Tether. So the rollup, the security patches we have in the Tether, we have already in the Etherlink. So use it by default. And also like the time we are having the rollup releases, right? So there comes the concept of decentralized sequencer, right? Like to directly contacting to the Ethereum, right? So we have the decentralized sequencer providing all the beneficiaries, all the security while handling all the functions, right? So this is what we are looking for.
Decentralized sequencer is one of the things that many of the other ecosystems are also working around. No
Hmm.
one is actually have reached its full potential yet. So do we, but still we are a little bit ahead in the game because of the innovations for which Tezos is actually known around. So yeah, a little bit ahead in the race because of our different use cases and visions. But still, yeah, there is a lot. There are a lot of work that still have to be done. But still, it is quite decentralized and secure compared to the other L2s available. The
Yes,
majority
Ricky?
Uh,
of us come here with the non-custodial rollup directly. Yeah, there are many rollups that are having custodial facility, custodial control, where the it just act as a multi-sig wallet to either reverse the transaction as well as hold the network transaction itself, and many other things could be there. That is major security labs if considered to be done. But at that time, the use case was there, and it was praised well. So that but with time innovations are coming, so the other things are also coming. So here we are with the non-custodial roll-up, that is utilizing the decentralization as well as the security part of the resource itself.
one question
I
here.
believe there is one more question in the very end. Yeah.
I have to, I can't get your question directly. What is the what do you mean by current adoption rates? Adoption, the developers onboarding onto the this Etherlink. Am I if yes, that's if we are talking about this. I think that I can't define it in a particular number, because I can't keep track of developers who are building on Etherlink on a mass scale. Uh, the world is pretty much like a large stage, and everyone is there acting around their different roles, so I can't just focus around each and every person who is playing their role. But yeah, there are many developers building on top of Etherlink. Everyone who is coming, getting to know about Tezos and Etherlink itself, they are trying their hands out because of the fastness, robustness, as well as the MEV inbuilt MEV protections. Also, with the use case coming, there are many projects that are coming on Etherlink also. Can't exactly give a precise answer, but yes, teams are adopting to Ethernet. Any other question?
Uh, Currently, that's it. So, thanks for being the speaker, and hopefully, it will be like in the coming few days. I will be hosting the Tezos Field event. As this is the pre-event like pre-event workshop. So in the coming few weeks, we'll be hearing an update from CodeWave Hub Tezos Club. So stay tuned to us, follow us on social medias, and also follow Tezos. You can visit Tezos website here by tezos.com, and also
Obviously,
you can,
obviously.
yeah,
And also,
and
in
also
case
you
you have
can,
any doubt, particularly, you can reach out to us, either me or Tauqeer, and we will be happy to help you out in onboarding you into
Yeah.
Etherlink, because that's what
Yeah.
I do. That's what we do.
yeah,
Yeah. Abdul, can you please share our Twitter or LinkedIn on the chats? It will be beneficial. They can directly connect to us.
yeah.
Yeah, and we happy like we are hosted with the Etherlink event, which has been a L2 solution for the Tezos, right? And obviously we look forward for the guild event as requested by our Tezos club itself. I would
Definitely.
love to like greatly handle like all these stuffs around the Tezos club and their education. These clubs are literally doing amazing in their colleges, not only like Web3 they are building, but also the Web2. They are hand to hand making them to educate students how you should be growing, how you should be grooming up. Like these are the things, and Web3 becomes a part of it. So kudos to Abdul and his whole team who has been behind of his like stream, who is managing all the call, the WhatsApp group, the Discord. Kudos to him. This guy is really great. And also, I got to know he's a GitHub campus expert. So he's a part of all these GitHub communities. So keep it up, man. So thank you for inviting us today.
Kudos for taking such initiatives, because that's how we always work around and move ahead.
Yeah. Chris,
Uh, Before exiting, we have
we
one
have
more
got one
question.
more question.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
So you can also follow Tezos official Twitter handle. And let's take the question here.
Sorry, if one asks, does Etherlink established with other blockchain projects or enterprises? Yes, then how do these collaborations impact its adoption? See, you like, let me just, if I can go back to, I think the website itself gives you another way to give answer to your question. That is the established with the other projects, other blockchain projects. So the projects like Subsquid, Graph, Block Scout, sorry, the Redstone, Pith Network, Layer Zero, Subsquid, Third Web. What are they doing? They have already have such a use case, like they have such, or like already have a user base, because they are not having the direct user interaction, but instead from the other projects, other things that are being developed using or utilizing them itself. Okay, so there are still like adoptions. So if people are already using a particular product, get to know that this particular new thing is also coming, that is already compatible with their existing tool cases, why not they will be trying it. So there are many things here, and there are quests also happening, the task also happening, games also happening, giveaways are happening, many things are happening around that to let people know about how things are working. And they can easily switch to development on Etherlink while using their favorite products. Like there are many people who are using Third Web day to in their day-to-day development part. They are using Block Scout also, Redstone also, Layer Zero is there. Layer Zero is one of the major thing. Like if in my context as of now, the exploration part I have done till now for the omnichannel development, because we don't have to rely on a third party itself. We if there is a particular established contract from Layer Zero for a particular EVM compatible chain, that we just have to just create a connection, and then everything is like they can easily swap and like exchange their assets from that particular chain to Etherlink also. The adoption is happening in many ways. We just have to think around and align our visions according to those things only. So yeah,
Great.
developer adoption is happening. The projects established like blockchain projects particularly your question, does Etherlink established with other blockchain projects or enterprises? If yes, then how do these collaborations impact its adoption? Definitely, if a particular user is utilizing or using a particular project and they are using it on day-to-day life, they are very much compatible, and they are open to know that there are other things also, bounties also, giveaways also, hackathon grants also are happening, while they are not able, while they are, there is not a hindrance of switching to a new tech stack, but instead utilizing your existing knowledge itself. Why not they will be expert? They are using it. Same happened with what was there, ETHCC, or what was that event? Toki, do you remember that event in
Uh,
July?
uh, like it's
From the Ethereum community itself, I think that was ETHCC itself. That happened in Europe this time. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, the event happened in July itself. I think the Etherlink was there itself. The whole Tezos team was there as a panelist, like a panel as well as speakers during each CC. So yeah, things are happening. Does Etherlink have a builder program or cohort such a? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you should just like contact Toki. He will just inform you about how, like, what type of cohorts are happening, and what other builder programs are happening. Guilds are also happening around. We just recently completed one guild event in the, SRM University Chennai. and new kits and new events are also upcoming. So just connect with us, and we will be happy to help you out with more queries.
So yeah, we have dropped the social media handles of the speakers, so you can always connect with them. And also you can follow me on the username abdulwasa.dev on any platform. And hopefully we'll be seeing an update from Tezos CodeWave Hub Day Club regarding the Tezos Skill event in Hyderabad, India. So yeah, thanks for joining
Yeah.
us.
Thank you so much for giving us time, and thank you so much to the audience for joining us today. See you
Yeah.
soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a great evening.